In this video, I'm going to show you how to download, install, and use the most important features of CARA, which is an incredible free chess software for both Windows and Mac OS. My name's Nathan Rose. I'm the author of Chess Opening Names. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. I do all kinds of great content on chess, including reviews of my favourite software, but also tips on how to improve your game, analysis of master games, and lots more. So by subscribing, you won't miss out on any of the great stuff I've got coming up. The name CARA stands for Chess Analysis and Review Application. Now, every chess software has got different strengths and weaknesses, but I feel like one of the strengths of CARA is that it's a specialist tool for game analysis. It may not have all the fancy features of some of the other chess software, but sometimes you don't need a Swiss Army knife. Sometimes you just need a specialist tool that does the one thing that you need it to do extremely well. So if you're looking at analyzing your games and learning from them, then CARA is an awesome option. And plus it's free and open source. So to download it, navigate to the CARA website. Just Google CARA Chess and it'll pop up. And then choose your operating system. I'm on Windows, and click download. Once you do that, pretty soon you'll have a zip file which you'll need to extract. And once you've done that, you'll have this folder and you just open it up and away you go. Now it's quite a small download, and one reason for that is because it doesn't come with a pre-installed engine. So this is an extra step to get it working properly. But don't worry, it's not that difficult. To get the engine installed, just head over to Stockfish by Googling it. There are many other engines that you could use, but Stockfish is a great option if you're not sure which one to pick. So download it. This is also free. Again, just choose your operating system, click download, and pretty soon you'll have Stockfish on your computer as well. Extract that file, and then once you've got Stockfish on your desktop, let's say, you click into Engines, and then Add Engine, and then select the location of the Stockfish executable file. Okay, so we'll go into Stockfish, and it's just the main file that appears outside of all the subfolders. Open that, click Validate Engine, and then Add Engine, and now we're actually ready to start using CARA. So let's go ahead and open up a PGN file. You can do that either by going to File, Open PGN Database, or by clicking this plus icon here. And then you can navigate to wherever your PGN file is saved. I've got one here based on a game that I played some time ago. And then it'll load up. You'll notice that it appears here as a tab with the file name. And now that we've got it loaded up, we can start navigating through it. And you can do this either by pressing the arrow keys to move forwards or backwards, right and left respectively, or you can click on a move anywhere in the PGN view here to go straight to it. And also in this moves list dialog, which appears by default, you can click any move as well, and then that'll take you straight to that position. Each of these boxes can be resized by clicking and dragging and dropping to make them narrower or wider. This bottom area can also be made smaller or larger. And then on the board, you can see that each move as it's made is represented with a yellow arrow. So we'll just cycle through a few moves to illustrate this. Each move, you can see this yellow arrow showing what the last move was. There's a lot of stuff in the board area, and you can remove some of it or add new things if you'd like to. Notably, the engine analysis bar is not showing at first. So if you want to go onto board and click Show Evaluation Bar, then an evaluation bar will appear just here, showing whether white or black is better. You can also remove things like the game information. You can remove the coordinates if you like, the turn indicator, the material balance. This is quite interesting. So this shows at a glance which pieces have been captured for each side. So the way it works is the top one shows the number of pieces which white has captured. So white has captured 2 black knights, and then black has captured 1 white bishop and 1 white knight, for a total material difference of 0, using the traditional piece values, where a pawn is worth 1, knights and bishops are worth 3 each, rooks are worth 5, and queens are worth 9. I'll just put the game information back. And this is also where you can flip the board, which I'll do since I was playing with the black pieces. The shortcut to flip the board, by the way, is X. Okay, now in the PGN pane, we've got a lot of information here as well. I'm one who adds a lot of comments to my games, which can get a bit overwhelming. So if you want to just have a cleaner view of just the moves, then it has the option to do that. We can go into PGN, and by unticking some of these fields, we can tidy up what is showing and not showing. So we can remove the metadata. That's the information right at the top. That's going to disappear in a second. We can remove the comments, the variations, the annotations. So that's the things like question marks, exclamation marks to signify bad and good moves. And you could also remove the result if you wanted to. Okay, so now you've got this view purely of the moves played in the game with nothing else. You can also add them back. Note that this doesn't remove them from the file, it's just hiding them from the view. If you want to remove them from the file, then you would instead go remove comments, variations, etc. If you did that, then that's going to alter the file itself if you were to then click save and exit the program. So always make sure you have a backup before you delete important game data that you've got saved in your PGN. The metadata, by the way, is easily viewed anyway in this tab. So here we can see where it was played, the date, who the 2 players were, the ratings, and so on. This is where you can modify any of the metadata fields. Just double click on the one that you want to edit, enter in a new value, and then next time you save the file, that'll be reflected in your PGN. Right, so on to the analysis tools, which is really the heart of CARA. There's 2 types. The first type is manual analysis. So I'm going to go to this position here after white's 24th move, which I happen to know is a significant point of the game. Click on manual analysis and start manual analysis. And the engine's going to fire up and start crunching the numbers, working out what the top moves in the position are. And as you give it more time, you'll see that it starts updating its analysis as it goes deeper. You can alter the number of lines if you want to reduce it to just the number 1 line or expand it. I think 3 lines is a good number just to see what some of the best moves are. Like, you can never expect yourself to find the absolute top move in every position, but I didn't play even one of the top 3 moves here. And that's what saw a lot of my advantage in this game disappear. You'll see that each of the top 3 moves are indicated by different coloured arrows, and these match. So this dark blue colour is also reflected on the board as the top line. Second line is light blue, and third line is grey. So we've seen how manual analysis can drill deeply into any given position. But CARA also offers a fantastic overview of the entire game. And we do that through game analysis. To access that, click Game Analysis and Start Game Analysis. This is going to give an overview of the entire game. Now it takes a minute or 2 to run through the entire game, analysing it move by move. And as you can see, it's populating all of these columns. These columns, by the way, can be customized. There are different columns that you can tick, untick. Again, these are more advanced options for power users, but just know that it's customizable. Okay, so the game analysis has finished running. Let's take a look at what the output says. I'm just going to resize this window to make this nice and big, because there's some really interesting stuff here. First of all, there's this linear representation of how the game progressed. So as we move through the game towards the end, we can see the progression of who was better at different stages. Positive score meaning that white was better, but then black gaining an advantage as you move into negative scores, and then eventually there was one big moment where black had a chance to win, which I missed, and then we settled on equality near the end. Also, these lines here are significant. This blue line represents the end of the opening, and this other blue line represents the end of the middle game. Then we've got these statistics. Accuracy scores for both players, what percentage of the time you played the top move according to the engine, what percentage of the time you played one of the top 3 moves according to the engine. Graphical representation of different move classifications, best move, good moves, inaccuracies, and my one big miss near the end, which we'll come to. And then you can see the accuracy in different phases of the game. So you can see here that I had 98.5% accuracy, so that's almost perfect play in the opening, but my play deteriorated towards the end game. So that gives you a sense of what you need to work on the most by seeing the various accuracy scores throughout the different phases. And then you've got the game highlights, and they use natural language to describe what happened. It's almost like having a coach describing things like centralizing a knight, securing the bishop pair, creating a pin, gaining a tempo, king becomes active in the endgame. So it tells the story of the game, not using numbers, but using human language. And then the critical moments. This is always vital to study, I find. You got the top 3 best moves and top 3 worst moves. Now, the worst moves deserve the most of the attention because this is where your move was significantly different from what the top engine recommendation would have been. And these are all clickable. So let's click on the top worst move that I played, bishop b5. And you can see that the yellow arrow, as before, is what I played, and the red arrow, that shows the computer's top choice. The reason that this move is so good, by the way, is that after you capture this knight and the white king captures back, then you can play this bishop b5 on the next move with the threat, unstoppable as it turns out, of playing bishop c4 and capturing this pawn next. So that was a missed opportunity in the endgame, and the CARA software expertly highlights this. One last feature I want to show you, it's the ability to import games from online. Go to File, Import Games from Online, and then choose either Lichess or chess.com, type in your username, or anyone else's username, by the way. You could use it to research upcoming opponents if you can find their online account. And then if you've got a lot of games online, like me, you probably want to filter this, so limit the number of games to, let's say, 50, or you could filter by a date range. That's another way of doing it. So maybe I'll just get it to show only games since the start of the year, and click import. And the API is going to go to chess.com, find that username, and just pull in all the games that match that criteria. 131 games. Here we go. Let's make this bigger so that we can get a better view of it all. And as you can see, a lot of games here. You can choose any of them and analyze them to your heart's content with all the features that we've shown earlier in the video. If you want to save this game collection, by the way, this new file of 131 games, just click File and then Save PG in Database As, and then you can create a new file, and then you've got them for later, and you can load them up on any software actually. If you've enjoyed this video introducing CARA, the free chess analysis software for Mac and Windows, it would mean a lot if you could leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this one, and do drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. I'm Nathan Rose. Bye for now.